Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Extra Point on a Texas Tuesday edition, where Mark and I break down post game review versus Mississippi State this past weekend. The Texas Longhorns win in a thrilling overtime. After battling all four quarters and overcoming a deficit, and initially taking it all towards the very end to overtime. Final score was 45-38. What's your take on this matchup this past
I
weekend?
mean, first of all, like it was a good game. It was really cool. But man, those cowbells, what do you call them? They gotta go the whole time. Ding, 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 ding. I mean, what's the you know the story behind that?
Man, to me, it sounded like a beehive.
Yes, there you go.
It sounded like it like a hum, you know, like every play, like every play, like it was if it's either first down or like a 2 yard catch.
Right? I mean, it's like, is that even legal? Because they're using an artificial sound maker, right? It should only be like fans that are cheering. If you have a loud stadium, because the fans are cheering for you, that's cool. But like that's like telling LSU folks, hey, y'all gonna be those bells too. Can you imagine how that would be in there? It's like I don't know.
I don't get the logic behind it. I mean, they're bulldogs. They're using cowbells. Granted, it is Mississippi State.
That is Mississippi State. That is true. No, but in all seriousness, it was a good game that for us win as in the Longhorns. People were saying that Texas had no business coming back and beating Mississippi State. I think we did. I think our team it was a tough game. There were some things that were messing up, but there were things that we were doing really good. I think we had no business beating Kentucky because we did nothing good outside of a handful of small plays. But the Mississippi State game, it was going back and forth. And you might say, oh, well, they were leading after the first quarter until you guys came back in overtime. Yes, but we were always within the game, until it came to 17 points deficit and we came back one. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. That was absolute cinema. Like, if you're not a football fan and you watch that game, you become a football fan.
Mm-hmm.
I liked how hard the guys fought, not giving up. A lot of teams would give up. I'll give up. Shit, like just you're down that many points, and they're like, like we have a chance. And like I always say, you can't stop playing until the clock's at zero. You got to keep going because you never know what happens, especially in college football. You got to just play super hard. And like what a Nick Saban say that one time. He was like, "You play with relentless effort and intensity, no matter what the situation the game is. If you're up by 50 or you're down by 50, you put up the same type of intensity." And I think the guys, the Longhorns, they did that. This might be a turning point for our team this year. That match, like these guys, they blossom. Tough environment. You're down big all game. You guys score, they score. You guys score, they score. Or it's a 3-and-out for us, and they score again, and another 3-and-out, and they score again, and these guys were able to not just fall apart. That was a real good test to our team and our culture and our coaching staff. Really proud of those guys.
I know I'm there. I'm right there with you. Even though as they were coming back, Mississippi State hits them with a dagger. That shovel pass that basically came out of nowhere. They had to basically battle back 17 points twice, if that makes sense. For those who saw it, they were already coming back. Mississippi State hits them with a dagger. They score that touchdown like early in the fourth quarter, and it just it took the win out of Texas. It was like, damn, we gotta go.
Yeah,
We got to go back in there again. Like we thought we were this close. Like, nah, they're not gonna hand it to you. You're gonna just have to go take it away. And they stepped right up to the they stood up right to the plate and did that exactly. And it's impressive for a team to do that. Even though you're coming back, you get scored on, but still show relentless and to still do it. Man, it shows a lot of growth. It shows a lot of maturity with this team to be able to do that.
100%. Out of what, in your opinion, what position group surprised you the most? Surprised you in a bad way or good way? What position group? D lineman, secondary, receivers, O line, running back. What group or even special teams?
So I feel like everybody's saying has been talking about this all season. Our offense has been, our lower tier because defense has been, dominating all season long. Uh, Special teams has been consistent, and I feel like the wide receiver group stepped up this game. You got two two touch two touchdown receptions from Parker Livingstone and Emmett Mosley. Right. I mean, Emmett Mosley missed like the first half of the season, and he's already catching up.
Damn.
Ryan Wingo has a record game, season game for him. I mean, he didn't touch a touchdown, but catch a touchdown. Sorry, but he did catch 182 yards for 6 receptions.
Man,
That's
just straight bombs to Ryan Wingo.
Yeah. So, and our offense, in my opinion, stepped up here. Granted, our O line wasn't really protecting the football too well. They weren't really giving gaps for our running backs to run through, because I feel like that was still our weakest point in the whole game. But they were able to protect Arch Manning just long enough to get the ball to their receivers. So, granted, I think our QB and our wide receiver room stepped up this game.
I got you. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, that was an explosion for our offense. That many points. We haven't scored that many points against an SEC team or even like a good team. Like obviously, we had some cupcakes in the beginning of the season, like Sam Houston State and whatnot, and we scored about 50. But this was an offensive explosion. And yeah, Mississippi State is not like all the world class, but they're an SEC school and they play other high-powered offenses, and we were able to hang 45 points on them. So I'm really proud of that, and it's just the growth of these guys. Like, it's a young offensive core, probably younger than the defensive core. A lot of young guys, and for them to go in there and just produce points. And defense has been helping us win a lot of close games, and defense, they needed our help this week. Shout out to the quarterback for Mississippi State. Was it Chapin? That dude, he's a dog.
Yeah.
He has a very weird throwing mechanic. Not weird, but very this nonchalant. He reminds me of Cam Ward. He's taking the snap, and instead of like a drop back, he's just stepping back and just putting the ball where it needs to be. I think he played a pretty good game. But the defense was just couldn't stop the nosebleeds, unfortunately. I don't know if it's just the I guess the nerves, like, hey, like, we got to put our best for us to win, or it's just a matter of fatigue on the road. It's been a month since they've been at DKR on the road playing so many snaps. Eventually it wears down onto you. And we're more than halfway down the season, so I'm really glad our offense said, "Hey, defense, we got y'all this game. You guys get us the ball back, we're gonna score." So that was really cool. I really, special teams too. that's Ryan Niblett, the GOAT.
Man, he's doing it week in and week out. What is it? Three games in a row where he has two out of the three brought in a touchdown, but 3 of them where he has a big return. That's impressive.
Yeah,
and on the road.
Exactly.
That's impressive, man. So, hats off to Niblett. I hope, like I said, Niblett. He continues to be a factor in special teams. I hope Sark finds a way to incorporate him more in our receiving core, because I feel like he could be a big factor on the field. Like you said, the last video, where maybe Sark could put him in the screenplay, since he has a really good eye. He has really good vision. Those screenplays would be perfect for him.
You're right. That might make it easier for Arch. Hey, probably get a rhythm. Go to the guy, and he's going to get you 5 to 6 yards. If you get 5 to 6 or even 4 yards, that's a win on first down.
Yeah.
And one thing I feel like the Longhorns did a bit better this game was winning first down. If you're able to get, I would say 4 would be like the most realistic sweet spot. but it's say 3 or 4 yards, you're not in bad shape. If you get 5 yards, you're in really good shape. You're in really
Yeah, exactly. Um, I wanted to I want us to point out, the defense here. Everybody's been talking about we have an elite championship defense. They did, they did let Mississippi State score 38 points. I feel like we should still talk about how that's really not acceptable. if we were if we were an Alabama team that has an explosive offense, there's no way we catch up. So defense needs to play tighter. Michael Taft was definitely missed. Hopefully he's back and healthy for Georgia. But yeah, I feel like the defense really the secondary needs to step up, in my opinion.
I gotcha. Yeah, I think going back to defense, I think we still have a really high caliber defense. It's just on the road playing all those snaps, it takes a toll on you, and missing guys and whatnot. But our secondary, there were some plays that were very questionable. There was a couple of times that Mississippi State would come out empty. No running back, four or five receivers out, or a tight end would be out, and you would have like a bunch, or maybe not a bunch, but it'd be like a tripped right. You got your safety in your corner playing 10 to 12 yards off. What are we doing? Like, I get it. I'm not a defensive coach. I'm not a specialist. But like, if you're gonna come out in that type of defensive coverage, don't stay in that coverage, because those couple times that Mississippi State would run like a 8-yard, 9-yard hitch, and it would be easy completions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they move the chains all the way down the field. They were like, just hey, we can't run on this Texas defense. Let's just throw the ball on these guys. And they were coming out there, Gilbo, number 3, Jalen Gilbo. I believe he's a senior or junior. Maybe because Jelani McDonald was playing a lot of the high safety, and they have no help, so they're playing completely off. But it's just like I just wish the Texas defense made more adjustments in the second half. I expected them to say, hey, you know what? Let's get our guys in press coverage. But then again, when you got Manny Muhammad getting burnt on a 20-yard goal ball, what are we doing? You're supposed to be one of our preliminary lockdown corners. I think that's when they scored 14 points, or they went up 21. It was just on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Muhammad's going to press this guy on the boundary side, and he makes the inside move, beats him outside with a step, pitch and catch touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do that. We can't do that. You're a veteran. Michael Taft's out. Jelani McDonald, yes, he's a junior. He missed time last year due to his injury. So we needed you to be that one reliable piece, and it just wasn't really there. I'm not sure what happened to Kobe Black. I think he was playing pretty good, but I haven't seen him in a while. I'm not sure if he got hurt or something.
It could probably, like you said, it could just be on the road for so long. Even Singleton was getting cut in a couple plays.
Well, he's a freshman too.
Yeah, I get it. I feel like it could be, just the wear and tear, being away from home, being in a away environment, playing so many minutes, so many snaps. They play another. The defense was probably out there for almost 30 minutes again.
Yeah.
So that plays a big toll. And another overtime game, back-to-back overtime games. It's
true.
Playing hard. The last 4 quarters tough, because you got to play all 4 quarters then.
Yeah, exactly. Also, let's give a shout out to Matthew Caldwell, once again coming in the game ice cold and doing your job and being that reliable guy. Now, I haven't really seen what happened to Arch, if it's a concussion or a broken bone. I have no idea. If you're Coach Steve Sarkisian and your backup comes in without warming up, without game planning, and is able to perform, do you think there's enough room for people to start questioning, hey, should that guy start?
I just don't think. At the end of the day, Arch brought us back that game.
Right.
he single-handedly, without a run game, got the ball to every receiver, and even some of these plays, he had to make a run of his own. He stepped up into the pocket, found the open lane, and got the first down when we needed him. So Arch grew here. He grew a lot for this game. And that hit, I feel like I think it was dirty. They should have called it. He got hit in the back of the head.
Yeah, he was kind of airborne a bit, going down. That lineman was jogging, saw opportunity, and just kind of took it.
Yeah, I don't understand how it wasn't ever called.
Yeah.
Um,
As soon as he took that hit, I was like, man, that should be a flag. I didn't think he was going to get hurt, but that should have been a flag.
I don't know. Yeah, it should have been a flag because he did lean on his shoulder, but Arch has been giving up himself like I say good almost 5 yards, so everybody could see him that he's going down throughout the whole time. He wasn't going out late at all. He was going out early and giving him time so he wouldn't get hit like that. But I feel like that was just a dirty play from that lineman, and should have been called. Now, yes, Matthew Caldwell does have the ability to make the passes and throws. Now, does it put him in the conversation like, hey, Matthew Caldwell should probably be the starter over Arch? It all depends on game plan. Like what if it fits his game plan. Like I said, Arch was able to find first downs with his feet. How do we know that Matthew Caldwell could do that? We haven't really seen him in that situation. Yeah, because not every play you're gonna get it down to the field with by throwing. You got to get it. You're gonna have to at some point run. And I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know too much about Matthew Caldwell yet to see that he's able to be the next starting quarterback for Texas.
I gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. Sweet. Well, at the end of the day, it's a win. It's a much more prettier win for me compared to last week. Texas moves on to now, I believe, 6-2?
6-2, yeah.
6-2. We're fifth in the SEC, so Texas is very much alive in the college football playoff race. We have some good games ahead of us, and we're still alive in the SEC. It's just taking one game at a time. This season could easily been completely different. It could have been 2-6. So I'm just really happy the way our guys are playing and playing hard. And shout out also Coach Stark for keeping these guys focused with all the, are you going to the NFL? This is some that talk.
I know, right before the game, like that's crazy. Like that lady, like post something so negative just in their heads. That's so crazy. Like
yeah,
it shows. I was even looking at the Facebook page of the Longhorn fan pages. They're like, that's good. I'm glad I hope he leaves. I'm like, that's just crazy to think like some Longhorn fans really want Sark out. Bro, like, did you not learn anything from Tom Herman? From
Charlie Strong?
Yeah, Charlie Strong. Like, how terrible of a coaches they were.
Right. 100%.
So I think we're in a good spot. The record shows exactly what kind of team this is, in my opinion. And to be on the road for this long and still be able to win, what is it? They won 3 of the last 4.
Yep.
On the road. That's impressive.
Yep. 100%. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Well, that wraps up our Texas Tuesday post-game review. Let us know what you guys think in the comments, and thanks for watching. You guys have a good one.